Here, we're introducing a second division pattern. So far, we've only been working with VCCV, but now we're going to see words with a different pattern. So again, we're going to start out multi-sensory. We're going to start out with our letter tiles. You'll find these, just like the other letter tiles, in your course manual. So if you'd go ahead and take a moment, pause the video, and print out and cut out these letters. Good. Now that you have your letters in front of you, we're ready to start. Keep in mind, even if you can read the word, even if your students can read the word, you don't want them to. We're always saying that this is a process for words that we don't know, so we have to pretend that we can't read them because we want to practice the strategy. Now, even though we're going to see another pattern, nothing is different about our sequence. Nothing is different about the process. Just like we did before, we are going to take our index finger and find the two vowels. Got the O and the U? Good. Push them apart with the letters on the end. Here's where it's different. We're used to seeing two consonants in the middle because we had a VCCV pattern. Now we only have one consonant in the middle. This is a different pattern. Eventually, your students will learn that there could be two possibilities here. But we're going to teach the first way first, and when we see just one consonant in the middle, we are going to put it with the end. Now we've divided our word into syllables. Let's look at our first syllable. What type of syllable do we have here? Here we have an open syllable. There's no consonant after the vowel. Because this is an open syllable, that vowel is going to be long. Let's look at our second syllable though. What type of syllable do we have here? Yes, here we have a closed syllable like we've seen before because there's a consonant after the vowel. Therefore, when we read this syllable, we're going to read a short sound. So let's keep in mind, this is open, we have to have a long sound. This is closed, we have to have a short sound. And let's read each part. The first syllable, bow. Second syllable, nuss. Put it together. And our word is bonus. Excellent. If your students have it, we're ready to move on to the note card. If you'd like, however, you can do more examples with letter tiles. The note card, remember, moves us a little more toward pencil and paper. Let's follow our process. We find and underline our vowels, label them with a V. We're going to draw a bridge. Remember, as we do all of this, we're being very careful to make sure everything is in line directly under the letters. Now we're going to label the consonant on the bridge. There's only one here. This shows us our pattern. Instead of a VCCV pattern, in this word we have a VCV pattern. This is our new pattern for the lesson. And like we did with the letter tiles, we're going to always try our first way to divide it, which is to make sure that that consonant is with the ending part. So draw your division line, and then we're going to cut the word apart. It's really important to cut the word apart for this step because it helps students see the difference between the two syllables. Let's look at our first syllable. What type of syllable is it? This is open because there's no consonant after the vowel. It's all about the syllables. Even though when the word is all together, I see a consonant there, when I draw that line and split it into syllables, it stops. And just this syllable is open, so we'll label it with an OP. Let's look at our second syllable. What type of syllable is that? Yes, that one is closed because there's a consonant after the vowel. Just like before, that gets labeled with a CL. So because this is open, I'm going to have to read it with a long vowel sound. And my first syllable says row. Good. Because this is closed, I have to read it with a short vowel sound. And this syllable says bot. Great. And if I put them together, robot. For this new pattern, you may find that you have to do a couple extra words on note cards so that students can actually cut it apart and be able to more clearly see the open and closed. It's perfectly fine to do as many examples as you need that way. After students have it with both the letter tiles and the note cards, then you're ready to go ahead and move toward the worksheets.